If you have any tips about makeup and you see that I'm doing something wrong, please don't make fun of me. Just help me out in the comments. Like, just say, hey, you should try to do this, or hey, how about you try to do that? I will welcome it. But if you're just like, not the and like you start making fun of me, that's not okay. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Sha. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be my first official get ready with me type of chit chat. Is it my first? I may have done one before, I don't know, but I haven't done one in a very long time. This is my first one doing specifically makeup. We'll see. I just want to preface this and say I am not a makeup guru, okay? So if you clicked on this thinking that you're going to like really have a beat face, this is not the video for you, but still watch it. This is more so like I'm a beginner in the makeup game and I'm really trying to step my game up. I've done a couple of looks recently. I'll see if I can put them on the screen that I was really proud of, but I don't always accomplish that same look. So we're aiming for that right now. So tonight I am going to a Haitian restaurant in Maryland. Super excited. I haven't had Haitian food since I've been out here, so I was like, I need to try it. All right, so we're gonna do my makeup together, and I'm also just gonna be chatting about how it's been living alone, okay? Living alone for the first time has been interesting. So let's hop right into it. First of all, this little makeup organizer from IKEA, I will link it below. It is amazing. I absolutely love it. There's another part to it too that's in the bathroom, but I keep most of my makeup in here. I don't have like a ton of makeup. I don't know if this would be considered a ton. I love it. I will link it below. First thing I start off with is my brows. I use the Perfect Brow pencil from Anastasia. So when it came to living alone, I was really excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting my own place. I could wear whatever I want, when I want, do whatever I want, when I want, dance around. Like, I was just excited. So I didn't really think it was gonna be that big of a transition. However, when I moved, I really just didn't consider like my life growing up. I grew up with two sisters, so the house was always lively. So it was me, my mom, my dad, and my two sisters, and we had two pets. So the house was never quiet. Like, if it was quiet, everybody was sleeping. If not, then the house was really loud. And then after that, I've always had a roommate. I've never really thought about how a house might sound if it's quiet for most of the time. Not saying I hate the quietness, but it's different. Like, I just didn't expect it. I can hear everything. And I find myself like playing music at every point of the day, like every single point. Once I wake up, if I'm doing the dishes, if I'm cleaning, if I'm doing anything that doesn't require my full attention, or like, you know, like sitting down watching TV, then I'm listening to music. Like, it's being played loud in the background. Right now I'm just gonna go in with the Fenty concealer to do the brow thing. I don't even know what it's for, but to highlight the brows, to make it precise, who knows. But yeah, so I just found myself listening to a ton of music. So I really think that, I mean, that's not a bad thing, because I did listen to music before, but it was more so like because I like music. Now, of course, I still like music, but I just felt like I needed to have it. Like, it had to be on. And like, the only reason why it's not on right now while I'm doing my makeup is because I'm talking to y'all. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to get used to that. I guess we can talk about the pros and the cons. So some of the pros are pretty much what I have stated previously. Like, when I wake up, I know what to expect. Nothing really surprises me. It's just me, myself, and I. I can do my routine without getting distracted. I can wear whatever I want and feel comfortable. So that is most definitely a big pro. Another pro would be decor. So even though my decor is not where I want it to be right now, and it's not going to happen in this particular apartment, which is fine, I will update you guys about that later. But even though it's not where I want it to be, I got to make all of these decisions. Like, ultimately did not have to really consult anybody at the end of the day. Like, of course I consulted my friends and my family just for their opinions, but at the end of the day, it's my apartment, so I got to decide like what vibe I want, what style, and all of that stuff. So that is most definitely a pro. Cons, why didn't anybody tell me it's so expensive? It's so expensive. Paying for things by myself, like the rent, the furniture, the groceries, the electricity, the everything, it's so expensive by yourself. Like, it's wild out here, y'all. On top of everything else we have to pay for, like with inflation, it is insanely wild out here. I cannot continue to do this by myself. I really can't. This ain't it, okay? I cannot keep paying for this stuff by myself at all. I really can't. Another con would be the quietness of everything. Like, I just wasn't used to, oh, I used this primer, the milk primer. I just wasn't used to everything being so quiet before. Like, listen to that. What do you hear? Nothing. And usually I'm like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. I like peace and quiet. Like, don't get me wrong, I like peace. But even when I lived in Harlem, I had a roommate, and like, let's say she was away for the weekend, I would still feel fine because Harlem was loud. And I guess that's why I'm okay with living in like a fairly hustling and bustling area. But it was loud, like loud enough for me to not feel like, oh my gosh, you're here by yourself. You're here by yourself. Yeah, so those are like my biggest pros and cons. So I've recently come across the living alone side of social media, and I found it to be super therapeutic. Like, everybody is going through something similar, and which is what, there's like a love-hate relationship with social media, but everybody's going through something similar. And the fact that so many people are experiencing living alone and like sharing living alone diaries, I love watching them on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, wherever. And I want to share more of that so that I can sort of like embrace living alone. I'm not saying I have a major problem with it, because I do not want a roommate, like, unless he's my man. But I do not want a roommate. I'm using Fenty foundation in a 420. Sometimes I feel like I need to change this color, but I'm not there yet. And it might be because my winter color is like weird, so I just don't put as much. But anyway, I do not want a roommate unless it is my man, like my husband. But I want to just like fully embrace what it means to live alone and like really make this space feel like my sanctuary. You know what? I'm gonna talk about it now. So I'm moving, not leaving DC, but I will be moving out of my apartment in July because it just doesn't feel right for me. Like, I've tried multiple arrangements in my living room to kind of like change the vibe and give me a different feel. I have not found a vibe that like makes me feel at home. It just doesn't feel cozy. So I'm looking for a space, and I think that like before I moved here, I was in such a rush to move before May. Don't ask me why. Your girl was pressed. Like, I was so pressed to move, and I just kind of like settled on this place because it's a nice apartment. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be ungrateful. I'm truly grateful for what God has provided me with during this season. But I know when something feels off, and it's felt off for the last year. So I'm going to just like take my time. I'm going apartment hunting now. I'm actually going tomorrow, and I went on my first one like 2 weeks ago. I want to like take my time in really feeling out an apartment and like thinking about all of the pros and cons. Now that I don't have a car, it makes the search a lot easier too, because before I was worried about how much parking cost, and like some buildings that were in my price range, their parking was It was completely insane. So I was just like, I cannot live here. Like, I literally cannot do it. Now that I don't need parking, ooh, we're good. Now that I don't need parking, that eliminates like maybe like $200. I was not looking at places that had $300 parking. That was just a no for me. But yeah, it puts back a lot of money in my pocket, and I could like add it to rent. I'm not gonna be aggressive and like say, oh, I can afford to pay so much more now, but I am going to increase my budget just a little bit because I realize that I need a little bit more space. Like, the space that I have here is not terrible. It's good for one person, but I do feel a little cramped, like in my kitchen. All of my appliances are miniature. They're all mini, and my my counter is like 2 inches lower because it's also an ADA accessible apartment. So it's a no for me. All of the ones I'm looking at, I'm specifying, please do not show me ADA accessible apartments. Like, it's just not for me. They show it because it's cheaper, which is great, like wonderful, but honestly, no. I am tall. I'm 5'9". So the 2 inches, I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. But the guy who leased it to me last year, or one of the guys, he was like, oh, I'm 6'2", and it's really not that big of a deal. Yes, it was. And it is a big deal. My back, when I'm washing dishes, y'all, hurts. It literally hurts. So I am not going to be moving into any type of ADA apartment because I don't need it. I don't need it. So that also allows me to specify what I'm looking for. And this time I'm gonna have a specific spreadsheet that I saw on TikTok, where you list like all of your apartments, your non-negotiables, and then checking off which apartments have what, with like price range, amenities, location, things like that. So I'm going to just make sure that I take this slowly. Again, I forgot to explain. I went in with the concealer just around my eyes. I think it's looking okay. Yeah. And then I have this Sephora foundation and concealer stick in a ebony. I use this to contour a little bit. Not a pro at contouring. Yeah, so I can't do the miniature appliances. I'm still like okay with a semi-junior 1-bedroom, depending on the size of the bedroom, because my bedroom is way too small for me. It's way too small for me. I have no room to do anything besides sleep. And that's okay. But like, even when I'm like putting on clothes, it's just, I really don't want to be a complainer, y'all, because I'm appreciative that I have this apartment. I don't want to complain about everything, but you just know when something is not for you, and you know that you don't feel comfortable in a place, and I don't feel comfortable here. I also feel like I need more window space. The only window that I have, I'm going to show it to you guys right now because I'm sitting right in front of it, is this, and this is as far as it opens. That's it. I'm sorry, but I need more. Like, I just need a little slide. Like, it could have a Juliet balcony so that people don't jump over, or like give me 2 of these opens. I don't know. I just have a little slither of window, and I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a deal, but it is. It is. Oh, you know what would be good right now? I'm gonna give me some wine. Hold on. I'm back. It's just the red blend. I don't really know the brand. My friend got it for me because I helped her do her hair. So, well, let me sip. I haven't had wine in a little bit because, you know, the girl's doing Whole30. But anyway, yeah, I am most definitely grateful for this opportunity to have shelter, because I know people don't, but this just isn't for me. I need to feel like my last apartment in Harlem felt comfortable. Like, when I was out, I wanted to go home. I love my couch, but like, I just feel like I didn't make smart decisions with a lot of things in this apartment because I was rushing. And that's my biggest problem, is I'm a rusher, and I don't want to rush anymore. So my next apartment, I'm selling all of my furniture. The only furniture I'm keeping is probably my TV, my plant, my woven basket for my blankets, some old frames that I have back there, and that is really it. I don't really need anything else. So if you know anybody who's looking for furniture this summer, I know a lot of internships are starting back up and coming to DC, so I'm gonna be posting on Facebook Marketplace, offer up all of that like this weekend by April. I will live a few months without furniture because I need all of this to go. So that is the dilemma. I'm using this blush from Thrive Cosmetics, but I just put a little bit, I don't put a lot. Then I use my Hourglass setting spray. Got this for free at Ulta. We used to get little gifts. I put that on first because I saw this YouTuber do it, and then put on her setting powder because it really like sets it. Works for me, so I'm a follower. If you have any tips about makeup and you see that I'm doing something wrong, please don't make fun of me. Just help me out in the comments. Like, just say, hey, you should try to do this, or hey, how about you try to do that? I will welcome it. But if you're just like, not the and like you start making fun of me, that's not okay. Going in with the Fenty Mascara. Now, I was gonna do lashes, but honestly, I am not in the right state of mind to do lashes. Do you guys have like a favorite side of your face? I do. This side. This is my good side. This side, I don't know what is ever happening on it. Like, I do the same exact thing to both sides, and this side just never looks good. As good. So that's why I put my part on this side so that this side shows. Okay. After I do that, let me go get my lip gloss because this is not sitting well with me. I need to get new lip gloss. Like, this Fenty Hot Chocolate lip gloss has been my favorite, and I just haven't gotten a new one. So this is the final makeup look. I'm gonna go get dressed off camera and then show you guys what the final look looks like. It's always a glorious day when the outfit that you created in your mind actually comes out the way you envisioned it. If this outfit didn't come out the way I envisioned it, I would be crying right now. Literally crying. I will show y'all in a few, but I'm about to do my edges real quick. Real quick. And I'm good. So this is the final makeup look. And let me show you the final outfit. Okay, this is the final outfit. These jeans are ASOS. I hope you guys can see because I'm not transferring it over to a tripod, but these jeans are ASOS. I have my Shatterboard ones because it's a pretty chill restaurant. This top is Urban Outfitters, which you saw in my last weekly vlog. And then my jacket is this jacket I got from this thrifter girl in Brooklyn, and she like cut the back open for me. Love it. I just love it for the springtime. It's such a good outfit. And then I realized that I never did a closing for this video. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, bye.